That's a proper howdy.
We are about to meet Bryan and Rosemary Bellew, Lord and Lady of the Castle. The Bellews have been in Ireland since 1172 and have held County Meath land since the 1330s. Patrick Bellew was the first Barmeath Baronet, with his peerage being granted by James II in 1686, but it was his father, John Bellew, who deserves the credit for acquiring Barmeath. As a London-trained lawyer, he settled in County Loch, purchased thousands of acres of land, but subsequently lost them during the 1641 Irish Rebellion to the Protestants. Over the next few decades, his land came in and out of his hands a few times, depending on the king and the proclamation of the day. King Charles II's gracious declaration of 1661 gave land back to certain Old English Catholics, but John Bellew was not on the list. However, a man named Theobald Taaffe, later the first Earl of Carlingford, was. On behalf of Theobald Taaffe, John Bellew petitioned the courts for 7 years, repossessed tens of thousands of acres, and in 1669 Taaffe gifted Bellew 2,000 acres, including Barmeath, as recompense for his efforts. And a big jump in time from there, 355 years, brings us to Bryan Bellew and Rosemary Sarah here at Barmeath Castle today.
And you're looking there at the Cooley Mountains. It's very difficult to photograph.
Yeah.
And on the right are the Mourne Mountains. And in between the two is Carlingford Loch, which is a division between north and south.
Okay.
Way up in Antrim, way up in the north. They moved the front door to here, and this is a porte cochere.
Yeah.
Well, you can get out of your coach in the or off your horse in the drive. Built a Georgian house, which is here, but the front of it is the other side. We'll see it in a moment.
Okay.
And then in 1830, one of the family turned it back into a castle again. So all this is modern.
Modern.
1830.
Wow.
So-called modern,
The
yeah.
big the turret, not the old turret. That looks old.
No, all 1830.
Yes.
And the man who
So you can imagine just
given the
square.
job was told to make it look like a castle. The house over there.
How many rooms does this castle have?
Oh, plenty.
Plenty.
You asked me how many people work here, and I'm going to say half of them. Well, I took a lot of greats, because it was 16, he fought against Cromwell,
He fought against
1640.
him, and then, you're lucky he didn't get executed.
Well, he had the choice of being executed or being banished to Galway. So he decided to take the banishment.
Yeah.
And he was given, he didn't own this place.
No, something about a
So-
bad debt, or somebody owned some money, then he took it
it was
over.
owned by the Moore family.
Right.
And so he came back to Ireland, he came back from Galway to here, and he acted for the head of the Taaffe family, Taaffe. And the head of the Taaffe family, Lord Carlingford, was a close friend of Charles II. And John Bellew was very able. He was a lawyer, trained lawyer in London, worked for him for 7 years, got Taaffe 10,000 acres going around these courts, because he had the advantage of having Charles II behind him.
Boy, that is a
Signed
big
the
advantage.
documents.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But he got nothing.
Rubber stamped, so to speak.
Yeah, rubber
okay.
stamped by the king
Yeah.
meant a lot. But he got no land for himself. So in lieu of his debt, he got this place and 2,000 acres. It was just that he'd run up a hell of a bill.
Okay, gotcha.
After 7 years. You know what lawyers are like.
Oh, yeah.
They're bad enough for 1 hour, aren't
okay,
they?
yeah. So, all right. So he ran up that bill, and then he got the land.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the
now
man who was living here was a Colonel Jones. So there wasn't very difficult to get rid of him.
just the colonel.
But I think we came over shortly afterwards when we made sure that William had won.
Right.
And we were knights to the Bishop of York.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
So we were always
Right.
middle management. Knights. Not the very big landowners.
Middle management is all that.
Sorry, we would jump out the window. So that's why there are bars.
And you left it open for the birds, though.
No, this one.
This one. Yeah,
That one is joined on.
Yeah.
This one has no floors in it.
That's nice of you to
And
leave it
actually,
open for the birds.
If you ever change your mind about leaving me behind, then bring it to me.
Thanks to Laura Brunswick of Hamilton, Massachusetts, for putting us in touch with her cousin Anne Bellew, who was most delightful and patient in coordinating this visit. Anne, married to Anthony Bellew, the heir apparent of Barmeath and 9th Baronet, went out of her way to accommodate our riding schedule. It goes without saying that all the Bellews were as charming and as hospitable as the grounds were beautiful.
I give you jewelry and money too. That ain't all.
Well, we made it. 2,602 kilometers, or 1,606 miles, or one could say we only covered 2 inches. We were 11 riders from around the world, from California, Texas, Massachusetts, Maine, Germany, and Spain. We had 10 days of riding, slept in 8 towns, had 300 Guinnesses, 100 Schmiddicks, 60 bowls of seafood chowder, untold fish and chips, 20 pounds of salmon, 1 bottle of Jameson's from the Republic, 1 bottle of Bushmills Black Bush from the north, 220 gallons of high-test petrol, 1 ocean swim, hours of Irish music, 1 ferry ride, 2 short tunnels, several peninsulas, and stopped at a whole bunch of heads along the ocean. We got to feed and pet a white Connemara pony, rode 90% of the wild Atlantic Way, and got to meet an authentic baronet of a castle. Memories for a lifetime.
Treat you right, even